Hello everybody and welcome back to Pravus Gaming and more Urban Empire in Pravsburg. You're gonna have to forgive me a little bit if I don't sound incredibly enthused in this week's videos. I've been struggling with something going on in my throat. I'm not too sure what it is. I don't know if it's a sickness or an allergy that's leading to a nasal drip in the middle of the night or something, but it's just been nasty. On top of that, it's just been a horrible week, like really one of the worst weeks of my life, so I won't go into a long sob story about it, but basically it started with me getting denied a promotion that I think I deserved, and then getting an emergency call that my wife's grandfather's on his deathbed and having to make a trip up to go and say our goodbyes. He died 2 days later, followed by an emergency at work where everything went wrong and I had to start working some 9 to 11 hour days, working overtime for free in order to try and make it work. So it's not been a very good week for me. So I'm tired, I'm recording this on Saturday, but happy Monday to all of you, and I hope that your week was a lot better than mine was. Alright, so, where did we last leave off? Well, we had just learned that I'm a dummy, and didn't realize that schools produce just a flat... Wait. What the... Okay, hang on. I was about to say I'm a dummy, and the vocational schools, grammar schools, whatever else, provide flat brain power increases to your school, and to your city, and I hadn't noticed that. And now if I hover over it, it says personal growth. I don't believe it, though. It's brain power. I think this is a tooltip error. I think it does produce brain power, because as some people were pointing out in the comment section, like, how did you not notice that your brain power went up by like 50 once you started adding in all these different schools? I didn't notice. Honestly, I don't pay attention to the brain power number. I know that I like it, especially when it's free. And as long as I'm keeping track with technology, I assume it's good and I don't think about it too much. But apparently schools do give you a flat brain power increase. I thought it was all tied into personal growth and state laws and stuff like that. Apparently, it's more than that, so now we have more. I didn't realize. There are still some things I'm learning about the game, right? I mean, I've complained about this game a lot in the last few videos, don't get me wrong. I am still having fun with it. I'm just really annoyed that I can't do better. But let's not forget for a second that I'm still doing really freaking well. Financially, economically, we've spread out everywhere. Our people are incredibly happy, doing very, very well. You know, I'm trying to guide the city more toward a middle-class lifestyle, more service sector economy, but the fact that I spread as much as I did in the first couple of errors and stuff has not really come back to bite us. It's still good, I just did not keep pace with the schools. That was my big error. But otherwise, like, we're doing really well. So, despite the fact that this game is trying to screw me over, I'm gonna conquer it, by God. Anyway, what did we do last time? I don't know. But it's something with a modification to something. It's probably a park, right? I don't know. Freedom from discrimination. Alright, let's take a look at the edicts. Anything that I am missing that I care about? Local TV channels. Sure. Increase... Well, never mind. Increasing the personal growth of the city by 2 is great, but it also increases my expenditures by 5%. Not as good. We could do handicapped parking. This improves the health of the city, but it also greatly increases the traffic. Like 10%. How many freaking, like, handicapped parking spaces are we adding? It's terrible. Public wheelchair accessibility. Good lord. So the change in the city funds go up by 5% in order to get more physical environment. Child allowance I don't really like. These are all things that just increase how much I'm spending on the city, right? Or what is this? That's not your typical city indicator. Wait. Okay, hang on. All districts. I think this is the entire city. But what is this icon? Access to public infrastructure is an important right. Disabled people, especially wheelchair users, are sometimes unable to enter government buildings. This edict would see no new buildings. I sort of wonder if this is actually not just the city costs, but all, like, services costs, maybe, by 5%, in order to boost the entire city's physical environment. Do we want to try it? I mean, I'm making a lot of money, and we're trying to get more physical environments. I'm kind of curious. It's green is the thing, which it could very well only impact certain kinds of municipal services, too. I'm not sure, but for science, let's try it. I mean, for the physical environments, that's the only one I'm willing to experiment with, because at least we get something we want. Alright, we don't need efficiency bonuses for our companies right now. Everything else seems to be more or less okay. Alright. Let's see what we can get with that. There we go. Our Wheel of Life had to reset itself for a minute. But yeah, so the physical environment is where we're the weakest right now. We're working on environmentalism. That allows us to get some recycling centers, which will be very useful. Better waste bins, car pollution act, oil water separator, and something it won't show me. Why are the tooltips broken in this game? Sometimes it just doesn't do it, what it's supposed to. It's so annoying. Well, either way, you would think environmentalism will help us with the physical environment. After that, I think that I am going to go for organ transplants so we can get another institution upgrade, because those are quite good. And then we could go for either automation or outsourcing. It kind of depends on where I want to go next, you know? If we go to Era 5 technology, there are a few Era 5 techs that are really powerful, and if I rush them out early, like, there's some pretty good benefits to be had there. You know, we could go from, well, let's see. This is outsourcing, right? Yeah, from outsourcing up toward information security. An edict that improves both security and city running costs is really good. Wait, no, increases our running costs. I thought it was improved. Never mind. Edict that reduces municipal service running costs. There we go. Private security for public services. Big data security measures. Additional security, but increases their running costs. The data center. Education. An upgrade for the exhibition center, and that leads to the smart grid, which is really strong. You have the Advanced Science Center for an upgrade for the university. You have smart info screens providing fun to residents in the district, presumably for a cost, and Smart Grid provides additional income to the district's residents. That is really good. Most people think Smart Grid is one of the most powerful techs in the game. So that could be kind of fun. We could rush that out kind of early on. Although it does surprise me how many people are kind of twitching that I haven't finished all the Era 3 techs. I'm only missing 2, underground transportation and 2-way radios. And I didn't get those because I don't care. What am I going to do with these? You know, I mean, yeah, I could establish police radios for some security. All right, that's fine. I'm not going to use podcast. So this is almost worthless to me. Underground transportation, I'm not even using freaking buses. You think I'm ever going to use Metro? It's going to be really expensive to have an underground transportation system. Criminalize jaywalking, conductor ticket sales for the Metro. Probably doesn't matter if I don't build a Metro. Free Metro. Yeah, if I'm not planning on using Metro anytime soon, I mean, the only time that this is going to be useful to me is once I have high-density commercial districts, which is what I'm trying to get toward, but it is not going very well. That's what I'm trying to do, so we'll see. Alright, environmentalism. Let's go to the progress cloud. What should we do next with our Era 4 technology? I think I said I'm going to go for the organ transplants for another upgrade to the hospital because we're going to be a little bit weak on health. So let's go ahead and start that one up. Regional healthcare. Edict that reduces healthcare running costs but reduces their capacity. We'll see exactly what this does very soon. Hey, I know what that is. I can't really talk about it for classified reasons, but I know what that stuff is. Anyway, let's go to what we were doing. Oh yeah, we're gonna go upgrade our institution. That's what we're gonna do. Let's go to the water treatment plant. Let's upgrade it with an oil separator, whatever it is. Sales demand. Really? Sales demand for all industrial companies goes down. What? Because we're separating out oil and selling it for cheap? Possibly. That also gets us a little bit more physical environment in the entire city. For 5 million thalers, which I am more than happy to do. We also wanted to pass some new edicts. Let's go take a look down here. The Car Pollution Act will really reduce everyone's money by a frick ton. Well, apparently we can't do this because almost every single party is against it. The pacifists are the only ones okay with it. Oh, you don't need money, man. Save the earth, man. Progressive Paradise. Since the sexual revolution, your city has been at the forefront of the Live and Let Live movement. I'm happy to get credit for my work. Does this do anything for me? Progressive Paradise. Victory step completed. Really? Oh, remarkable city. Well, apparently I'm no longer just taking criticism with, you know, ease. Now I'm actually super duper progressive. Cool. All right. Well, some people have been asking if I'm going to go for any particular victory type. I hadn't really been planning on it. You can, and if the game was a little bit more communicative, maybe I could think of some strategies to actually beat these particular victory types. Typically, I just go for the end of time victory because I think it's more fun to see a city develop all the way until 2020, personally. I mean, I just like seeing the city develop. I don't care about rushing out a victory type, but, you know, you could. I mean, if so, I need to get my school funding up a bit. I need to have a maximum level university. I need to research all those Era 3 techs and everything else. And then I just need to have the elite middle class and students representing 75% of the total population, which is going to be very difficult, in fact, nearly impossible with a wide city like I've built. It's much more likely to work if you have a small city of like 4 or 5 districts. You can do that. You're going to have to place a handful of schools around there, focus a lot on commercial, and everyone gets educated. You could do that, but with my city, nearly impossible. Economic victory, you need to have a lot of middle and elite social classes, so over half of the city has to be elite and middle class. We're working towards that. I don't know if it's ever going to happen because we have so much industrial, but you could work toward that. 75% of companies on level 3 or 4. I'm not too sure how to do that aside from just letting them have the employees they're looking for and then just giving them the time to upgrade. And then have a flourishing economy. I don't know what determines this. What determines a flourishing economy? I don't know. Political victory. Need some max infrastructure. We need to have goodwill of average of 6 with all political parties. And we need to have one party hate me and the rest like me. So really upset the communists, for example. Something, I don't know. Odds are pretty good. We're just going to play until the end of Era 5. I just think that's more fun, personally. Call me crazy. Hey, Edgeworth is gradually starting to expand. We're getting some commercial demands, and our residential demand's at 0, so it's not hampering it anymore. Still have a crap ton of industrial demand right now, but I'm not going to make use of it. If I try building out any more factories and stuff, we're going to take up what few employees we have. I need these middle class and elites to start working in the commercial sectors. I also need less people to be in the working class, by God. I mean, the main reason we have so many working class, I think, has a lot to do with the fact that that's where the jobs are. Lots of working class jobs. I want less of those. In fact, if anything, one of my mistakes was building out as much industrial as we did and taking advantage of the demand. We could have ignored the demand and said, no. I'm trying to focus on commercial. I need you guys to educate and start building up services sectors. That's what we need to do. I could have done that. Oh, accusations of fascism. Really? I oppose fascism too, and the communists like me. I could have gotten angry at them, but whatever. I'm a freaking pacifist. What do you guys think? You think I could be a fascist? A far right-wing authoritarian? No. I'm left-wing liberal in this game. Come on. Yeah, look at more of these buildings going up. It's good. It's a good sign when our middle classes, our medium densities are starting to expand. That's good. Public wheelchair accessibility. All right, let's see what happens. We are making a fair chunk of money. Now, keep in mind that the monthly balance does swing a lot every month, regardless of what I do. So it's going to be very difficult to get a good sense of the average change, but what was that? Did something just happen on my computer? Or was that my wife's computer? I don't know if you guys heard that or not. Anyway, we're going to try to boost up that physical environment. That's done. Let's upgrade our water treatment. Get even more physical environment. Thank you. That improves our sales demand of all industrial companies for reasons. All right, now, we could place some recycling centers. That wouldn't be so bad. What would be involved in that? Let's go to Smithmere. Modify, place services. Recycling center upgrades by 5. My parks are better, but this only costs $16,000 a month to run. That said, it also costs $800,000 to build up front. I mean, parks are just straight up better. That said, we've got parks in a lot of places, and this is a way to stack up some more services. What happens if we place this? Wow, it's huge! Well, that's no good. Recycling centers are too big. They're going to demolish so many buildings. I don't like that. That's not a good prize. I'm disappointed by that. I don't like it. I don't like it. I think it's better just to build more parks and stuff, to be honest. We haven't got a large park over here in Bill Ridge. What if we place one of those? Place park. Yeah, we'll do something kind of like this. Confirm, propose, done. Thank you. We'll just build more of those. All right, physical environment goes up. Doesn't seem like our budget has hurt that much. So again, I'm not entirely sure where our costs went up, but, I can't really tell on a monthly basis. I mean, it's still going up to 460, so whatever changes we made can't be hurting us that much. See, I'm looking at things like this clinic and stuff, and I see that green municipal service thing here, and that's where I'm wondering if maybe it increased the cost of all my, medical institutions for handicap parking, because it's tied into... Well, no, it wasn't handicap parking. What was it? What did we pass again? Hang on, I'll find out in a second. Got my throat. Blah, blah, blah. It's not good, man. It doesn't make me feel good. All right, hang on. Edicts. We passed public wheelchair accessibility. That's what it was. But again, the tooltip doesn't tell you, so I don't know why logically it would only affect clinics and stuff like that. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. By the way, one of the reasons our health is not doing much better in the city is in part because these freaking clinics aren't able to employ the people they need to. Look at that. 5 out of 16. It's practically nothing. We could build more clinics. I mean, we don't have very many of them. Wouldn't be a bad idea to build more. Olrington, modify. Let us place a regular clinic. Right, yeah. Yeah? Confirm. Thank you. More health. I mean, we're doing really well on the Wheel of Life stuff. Happiness is up to 9. I think that's a big reason why our residential demand has kind of evened out again. It's because it's actually a good city to live in now. We're doing really freaking well on money now. And I do think a lot of that has to come due to the fact that our middle class and elites are definitely growing in population size. So, theoretically, our businesses are actually starting to become more competitive, now back up to 500,000 thalers per month. Anyone who criticizes me and says, you made all these mistakes in the game. Yes, I'm not going to deny that I haven't made mistakes, but I've also done pretty darn well. Come on. The average player of this game on YouTube, how many of them are doing this? I don't feel like it's a lot. Now, I could be wrong. I could be totally full of myself. It's possible, but I don't think so. Do not touch the heart. Medical field taboo until 1944. Huh. What was the problem with touching the heart? I mean, generally speaking, before 1944, cutting people open probably was going to lead to their death anyway, so I don't know. All right, medical center. That's good for the hospital. We'll go to the progress cloud. New election coming up. The last European imperial power leaves Africa. What year is it? I guess it is about that time, isn't it? It's after World War II. European imperialism and colonialism is starting to kind of fade away. The space race goes bananas. USA trains Ham the Chimp to travel into space. We've had satellites for forever, so this isn't new to us. All right, now that we have the organ transplants, first off, electro-optics. Computer production industry is probably pretty good. Compulsory airbags. Compulsory smoke detectors. DNA evidence in courts. I just want to see what my other options are here real quick. Video games. Happiness. Stores. Ban violence, campaign against piracy, age labels. Freedom of information, I don't know if I'm going to get. Edict that increases the goodwill with certain parties is nice. A certain penalty on industries, but increases personal growth, which we've already got maxed out, so I'm never going to use this. And the reason I'm not going to get freedom of information, at least not now, maybe not until like the end of the game, is because they increase bureaucracy, increasing the city running costs. Why do that if I'm not going to get any particular benefit? It's just personal growth things, and I'm maxed out on that right now. So I don't think that's a high priority. Personal computers, electronic stores, software development, programming, more personal growth, sales bonus to certain industries at the decrease of fun. Again, while I would like to get electronic stores and software development, it's not a super high priority, but it's okay. Mobile communications. Social life, security, and personal growth. It's an infrastructure, though. It costs money. Bus network with LEDs. Personal growth. Mobile device production. I mean, these are some nice modern industries to open up, you know? That would be good. Replace your forestry industry with something more modern and clean and useful. It could be good, but... Now, if we go for outsourcing, this would unlock a new twin city. An upgrade for the courthouse could be okay. The alternative is to go for automation. Automation allows for auto maintenance, an upgrade to the railway station, raises industry profits and working class unemployment. Now, we're already doing really well on working class employment. I'm kind of wondering if moving toward automation will increase the working class unemployment and encourage them to become students so I can get more middle class and elites in the long term. At least that's the theory behind automation. You know, automation, I mean, automated factories and stuff like that, yes, they do have a tendency to kill working class and lower class jobs and stuff like that. People are always so scared of technological innovation in that way, and robots and stuff like that. And understandably so, yeah, it does kill some jobs, but it also frees people up to go and pursue higher education and go on more technical pursuits rather than more labor-based, jobs, careers. So, computer-controlled traffic lights, increasing the district traffic points. That could be good. Edicts that reduces the running cost of all clinics. I think we're going to go for automation, and we're going to experiment with this. Keep in mind, going into Era 4 and stuff, this is where I've had the least experience in the game. Right, the first time I played, I went all the way through. The second time I played through Era 3 and did really well. I'm like, alright, let's record a series. I feel pretty confident. I have the least experience in Era 4 and beyond. I still feel like I know what I'm doing, but, there's some room for experimentation. I've also never kind of played with employment stuff in this much depth before, so... Organ transplants. Medical science has advanced greatly since the beginning of the century. Ever more advanced organ transplants have been successfully performed. The city administration expects a growing need for these demanding operations. How should the city prepare for it? Build a specialized unit in the hospital or through administrative changes, which is the edict, which I don't want to pass right now. It looks like... Okay, see, this is interesting. Reducing the optimal range, and there's the symbol again, and this one, I would imagine, is specifically for the health industry. So maybe I was right. Maybe the handicapped stuff parking thingy was specifically for medical tech. It actually reduces the cost of our clinics by 20%? Good lord. Well, that's an edict, and I never am going to pick the things that give you an edict, because I can always do that myself. So let's build a specialized unit, and as a result, the upgrade cost for the central hospital gets reduced by another 25%. Upgrade improves, surprisingly, not health. But it does improve brain power and personal growth. That's disappointing. I was kind of expecting some health. Alright, well, fine. I didn't want your frickin' health anyways. Who cares? Oh, I'm a little bit sore about that. Organ transplants getting more... Hey, and Yali. She's sitting not too far from me. Didn't we just see, like, an article about somebody is going to be doing, like, the first head transplant or something this next year? When is that? When is that? It's supposed to be in, like, November or December. November or December of this year. Yeah, that's going to be interesting. I do think I remember seeing something about that. The first ever head transplant. Can you imagine how freaky that is? Good lord. Humanity is progressing on a technological level that is almost making me uncomfortable. Head transplants. Haha. Jeez. Well, anyway. I mean, I guess as long as there's no ethical concerns associated with that, but still. It's a bit much to take in, you know what I mean? Alright, we do need more health, and since the hospital is not going to give that to us, let's take a quick look. We could build another clinic. Now, these clinics are fully employed. No, they're not. Why is this clinic... Wait, did I click on the right one? This one. Wait a minute. This clinic has full range. It has terrible quality because it has the wrong people employed, but incredible range... So maybe it's just a matter of being established long enough. But this one's existed for a while. So I guess I'm not entirely sure. I guess this does not tie into the operating range as much as I thought it did. A little bit concerning. Because I might be making more mistakes. And you guys know how much I love that. Alright, let's place down another clinic. Oh wait, wrong district. I wanted to do it in Kilbro. Hang on. Modify. Services. Clinic. Here's okay, I guess. Yep. Place. Confirm. Propose. Vote. Thank you. Building more modern structures. Hey, we have a medium density commercial building. It's a department store. We've got a friggin' department store. It's called Department. Or C Department or something. Yay! Department stores which produce things that I like. This improves health, personal growth, social life, fun, and physical environment. Ah, more of those, please. So excited those are finally going in. What's this? That's residential. It's fine, more workers. Our commercial demand is actually not in the negative, so it's all right. If we can just get Edgeworth to start growing out a bit more, I'll feel a lot better about this. Local TV channels. Social Democrats suggest that Pravsburg should establish its own local TV channel. A publicly owned channel would be protected from commercial interests. They put their idea forward as a council proposal, and it will soon come to a vote. Yeah, that increases the cost of everything. It's almost certainly going to pass. I'm not going to veto it. I guess we'll support it and make the Social Democrats happier, but yeah, I get more goodwill with them. So basically we're setting up, like, PBS, the public broadcasting station. Alright, modify district. Which, public broadcasting stuff, there's actually a lot of people that are freaking out about that right now in the United States. Because apparently there's some budgetary suggestions that will cut some federal funding for those, the things that support that. Like NPR and stuff like that, you know. Anyway. Hey, look! A barbershop. A 2-story barbershop? That seems a little ambitious, don't you think? Who the heck would build a 2-story barbershop? This is better like house people, too. No. It improves health and social life, apparently. It's got one person working in it. One person built a 2-story shop. What? Okay, that's dumb. No. No. That's dumb. I'm not going to demolish it or anything, because it's still medium density. I don't know how that impacts my taxes and stuff from it, but that's dumb, right? It's not just me. A 2-story funeral parlor. Yeah, sure. Why not? A 2-story restaurant. Alright. Yeah, I don't know about some of this. More department stores over here, though. This one has a department store. A 2-story secondhand store. A 2-story movie theater. I mean, we're getting something, right? Like, our commercial stuff's actually starting to get around. As long as we're able to keep getting more middle class and elites, and we are getting more, then we'll be okay. By the way, when it comes to education, institution service for the university here produces service bonuses to the entire city, increases effectiveness. So, I guess in the past in the comment section I said that it gives an education bonus to all citizens. It does. It gives a bonus to the entire city, right? Regardless of your class and stuff. There are some people, I saw some comments of people saying the university should get more elites. That would make sense in a real world perspective, but as far as I can tell, the institution, you know, the university is just an institution and provides a flat bonus, but it doesn't seem to actually have any particular impact on education levels quite in the same way that like a grammar school moves the lower class into the working class and stuff like that. The university is kind of on its own separate thing and just provides a flat bonus to the entire city regardless of your class. It doesn't make sense. I know that, but that's just what it is. The pacifist part. Ooh, the Green Party. I forgot about this. We got environmentalism, which unlocks the Green Party. Hang on. There you are. Hello. Green Party has 13 council members. They're the second largest one. And they like me a lot. They value education and environmental services. Cool. Security services. The pacifists like more security services? Presumably because they don't want people taking like their security into their own hands. They like to feel secure so that they can be pacifists. But still. Alright, we're going up against Von Filton. I feel pretty confident that we're going to be fine. Let's take a look-see. Oh yeah, I mean, the moderates, you know, are considering not doing this, but look, I need your help. Thank you. I'm not going to worry about the Central Party or the Social Democrats. Sorry, not Social Democrats, the Christian Democratic Party. But between the pacifist Social Democrats and the Green Party, I mean, we're fine. I'm not worried about this election. I'm not going to waste my goodwill. Besides what I already just technically wasted, right? So, alright, we're about to finish up automation, and then I'm going to end this video. Look how much freaking money we're making. We're doing really well on this. Alright, let's think about this for a second. Are there any more infrastructure upgrades that I want to do? Since we're making so much money, we could start upgrading more people to telephone lines. We can also do the fine waste bins, which improves the physical environment for all districts and the health a bit more, just a little bit more than the regular waste bins. Namely, just provide a tiny bit more physical environment. I mean, yeah. Alright, let's go ahead and do that in Walton Dale. Actually, hang on. You know what? Let's also hook up the telephone line. It's going to cost $22,000 a month. We'll add in a phone booth. And do we want a police call box as well for security? Sure, it only costs $5,000 after all. And that will be enough. Confirm, place, doop-a-doop-doop. Thank you. Everyone approves of this. Yeah, we might as well just start doing some infrastructure upgrades. We're making this much money. Automation is done. All right. So, industry profits go up, working class unemployment goes up. But we also have another institution upgrade. Do we want to go toward outsourcing next? I think so. Let's go ahead and start working on that. Automation. Whether through industrial robots or data processing, automation has already started to shake existing structures. Many say that the impact of automation will only continue to grow. The city administration is currently pondering how to deal with the phenomenon. What do you think? Do we automate the hospital first for an edict? Probably don't want that. Automate school information or city operations? City council operations? Well, let's think about this. So, hospital data, it's just going to straight up reduce the cost of the clinics. Huh. Surprisingly, no one's in favor of this? What? This is a good idea. This is... Hey! Why is everyone so resistant to automation? Alright, well anyway. So, logically, I would look at this and say, automating the hospital data, reducing our monthly cost of the clinics by 10%. Probably will do the same thing with the schools or city council. The question is, what counts as city council? Is this just the city expenditures in general? Or is this just like reducing the cost of City Hall? We do know that we have a lot of schools. Let's go for automating the school information. And that reduces the cost of the high school, grammar school, and vocational school by 25%? Are you serious? Oh, holy crap, that's going to save us a frick ton of money. I like it. I like it a lot. We need to end up this video, though. Thank you all very much for watching. I do hope that you enjoyed. Be sure to hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe if you did. And I will see all of you guys next time in Pravsburg. Bye-bye.